There's something weird about the tube map. Not this one. This one. I'm at the Punch Bowl, bang in the centre of Mayfair, one of the most wealthy and historic parts of the city. And this pub sits at the heart of it all. Blimey, thank you. Sits at the heart of it all. But there's a problem. I'm at least half a kilometre away from a tube station. The furthest you can get away from one in the centre of London. Aside from the parks! So why do we mind this gap? People of Mayfair not love trains as much as the rest of us. I'm aware there are a load of people outside the M25 laughing at the idea of being only 500 metres from a train station. The answer tells us a lot about the changing nature of wealth and power. Let me explain. The first clue is the Punch Bowl is roughly 300 years old. This whole area dates back to the 1700s. The Punch Bowl is on Farm Street, which at one point would have been the site of an actual farm. And when it was built, it was most likely used by the workers on the Berkeley estate. And while the actual Mayfair dates back to the 1500s, it's only in the 1700s that the area around us would start to become recognisable. Just in here is Berkeley Square, one of the few squares created by rich, powerful aristocrats looking to dabble in the parties and politics of Westminster, but also having that quiet solitude to retreat to. As the streets begin to link all the different squares together, the first railways in London are beginning to arrive. They were limited by cost. The closer you got to the city centre, the more expensive the land became. But the lines made tons of money, so much so that by 1846 there were 19 submissions for new railways. Parliament was quite concerned by this. So in 1846, Parliament banned all new railway stations in this area right here on top of Mayfair. So as the metropolitan stations develop, you can see them joining up the stations around the edge of this area. Even as the railways moved to being properly underground, the fear of the wrath of the Mayfair landlords kept the railways outside the district. In 1893, a proposed line from Victoria to Kilburn was cancelled thanks to extensive lobbying. And you can see the Bakerloo line sneaks up its eastern boundary to avoid negotiating with the landlords, and the Piccadilly line creeps down along the south. But they did manage to build a station. Let me show you. This is all that remains of Down Street, previously on the Piccadilly line. It lasted 25 years until it was closed due to lack of use, because the rich preferred to use private methods of travel instead.
But Ali, you can clearly see the Victoria line going through Mayfair.
That's because the Victoria line was the first time they used cost-benefit analysis.
I thought this was an advert for a pub.
The line was chosen due to the overall benefit to society. So no, there still isn't a station on the Victoria line in Mayfair. The line went ahead. So what does that mean for us now? Well, it's roughly a 10-minute walk to the Punch Bowl from Green Park Station. And this pub sits at the heart of historic London, frozen in time while the rest of the city speeds up. Should the government have forced a railway line through here, it's worth noting that Mayfair has a very low amount of public housing. And you'd think if there were reliable transport links, we might have seen more. But it allows us to visit this quiet community, enjoy a beautiful historic pub, and of course reflect on, thank you so much, and reflect on this historic location in this mad city of ours. So if you can, make sure you book a table at the Punch Bowl as soon as possible, visit this amazing location, and I'll see you very soon.